Dzaleka is one of the largest refugee camps in Africa. Originally built as a political prison, it was repurposed into a camp to house 10,000 refugees following the Rwandan genocide in 1994. But today, 60,000 people call Dzaleka home. Residents queue each month to collect cash from the World Food Programme, a sum allocated to help them buy food for their family. Claude, a Congolese refugee, has just received his share.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
But it's drastically less than last month.
It's really difficult. It's not much money. It's too little. In any case, to survive on this money, we have to find other ways.
Refugees must survive on less than 10 euros per month per person. The UN is struggling to find a way forward since Donald Trump's funding cuts. Dzaleka's population is rapidly growing. On top of the birth rate, about 500 refugees arrive each month. Most are from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, where insecurity persists. The WFP's country director is trying to stay on course, but his budget is being cut each month.
Normally, we should give 100%, but because of reduced funding, we are now giving from last year, April or August, up to February this year, we are giving 75%. From March up to now, 50%. So, by end of June, we had no more funding to continue. So we are very, very worried. Some donors stepped up, like the UK, so we can continue. But by end of September, that's it. From October, we don't know if we have additional funding to continue this operation.
Daily life in Dzaleka is precarious. The national currency is rapidly losing its value. So one must spend what they receive immediately to keep its worth. Originally from Rwanda, Angelique has been living here since 2005. Her new monthly allowance is barely enough to buy 1 week's worth of rice.
Today is Thursday, so until Thursday, it will be finished. Yeah.
And with worsened financial insecurity has come a spike in violence. Angelique has seen it firsthand.
Yesterday, a guy was stabbed in the night, and he's dead now. Yeah.
Do we know why?
Yeah, people are saying that he received some money, so people followed him. So we should be careful what we are bringing on daytime. People seeing, so you never know who attack you. Yeah.
Angelique takes her 3 children home as soon as school is finished, and they don't go out at night. She refuses to return to Rwanda, but she has a hard time imagining her future.
I can't go back to my own country because I can't go back to my country. I was just a kid, but I saw too much what happened. I stay here, but I'm afraid. Yeah, we don't understand what will happen to us, especially now. Everyone was waiting for resettlement. Now it seems like there's no resettlement anymore, like the way they used to do. So everyone is asking questions what will happen.
The UN's refugee agency in Malawi will be reduced from 60 people to 3 in October. Management of the camp will be handed over to the Malawian authorities, and the camp manager says he will only have 1 security vehicle to monitor 60,000 people. Despite his smile, he can't hide his concern.
I can say 80% of the operations were being funded by the UN. I'm talking about the vehicles. I'm talking about the stationery. I'm talking about the equipment that we use in the offices. They were being funded by the UN. We have the hospital there. So the UN was doing a lot. So for them to live, they will leave us in the sun. We'll be in trouble.
The 60,000 refugees here are not the only ones affected by Donald Trump's aid cuts. 1 hour's drive away in the capital, Lilongwe, the withdrawal of US aid has forced dozens of NGOs to shut down or operate with a skeleton staff, like this hidden clinic which supports the LGBT community in a country where homosexuality remains illegal.
My office,
Angel shows us the now empty offices. There used to be about 10 people working here.
Since the funding freeze, we are unable to go to the community to provide the service. We had about over 500 clients receiving ARVs from this facility, but now close maybe to 300 are not able to get the service.
Homosexuality is punishable by up to 14 years in prison in Malawi. So this clinic remains a place of refuge. People come here to talk, relax, and feel safe. This former patient lives 3 hours' drive from here. He stopped taking preventative treatment against HIV when the clinic could no longer travel to his village. Like his friends, he cannot afford the regular transportation costs to come to the clinic.
I'm scared because anytime I can get HIV, because I'm still having the boyfriends, I'm not taking PrEP properly because it takes time when I can have money to come here and take PrEP.
Angel draws on her stock when patients come in. She knows the LGBT community avoids public hospitals, and since the withdrawal of US aid, they have been further stigmatised.
Like, now, you see, it's now you are on your own now. Trump has said no longer support for the trans people, no longer support for the gay people, so you'll be on your own. That organization which was supporting you will not be coming here anymore. So it was a lot.
Angel often finds herself alone. A former employee sometimes comes by to check on her. He used to collect data for people undergoing treatment, but he lost his job after the stop work order. Now, he can no longer pay his mortgage.
I'm fearing that the bank might take my property because they want to recover their money. Yeah. And I'm a bit worried of that. I have nowhere to go. I've just accepted.
The aid cuts have come on top of an already critical economic situation for the country. With inflation approaching 30%, the economy is under pressure. The tobacco season is coming to an end, and in this warehouse, more than 12,000 bags are sold at auction each day. This year's harvest was better than the last, more than 200 million kilos. But the warehouse manager says revenue is still likely to shrink.
It depends on the volumes, at the same time, the pricing. Last year, the prices were very, very higher than this year, but maybe the revenue would be a little bit because of the volume. But this year, the volume is big. The prices have been fair.
The US has imposed a 15% tariff on all Malawian exports, while Zimbabwe, Malawians' main competitor, has been exempted. The Minister of Trade and Industry did not hide his frustration at a recent press conference.
We are discussing and we are hoping that we'll reach an amicable solution as we move forward. But it's high time also Africa started looking at trading within Africa. We want to go elsewhere where we're imposed with sanctions and with tariffs. It's high time Africa started trading amongst ourselves. In that way, we will not be subjected to transactional precedents. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Minister.
But the minister's words are not enough to put everyone's concerns to rest. The US remains one of Malawi's biggest trading partners. More than 20% of tea produced here is exported to the US. And after COVID, the war in Ukraine and Cyclone Freddy, the tea sector is already struggling to recover. So producers are worried that another hit could be the final blow.
We are the second largest employer in the formal sector after government. We are also the second largest earner of foreign exchange after tobacco. Now, if the number 2 crop fails, it means a huge disaster socially in terms of employment. I don't see what would happen if tea failed. But yes, the risk is there for failure.
With Trump's tariffs, Malawians fear they will struggle to remain competitive. Researchers, including those trying to find ways to make Malawi more self-sufficient, have also been impacted. Annie was researching ways to fight against food insecurity under a USAID scholarship. She was informed of its termination overnight via email.
I was mentally disturbed when I heard the news, and it feels like I started something and then I've left it underway and I don't know how to complete it.
But Annie hasn't let the US president get in the way of pursuing her dreams. She's founded an organisation that teaches women sustainable farming in rural areas. Crucial in a country consistently hit by natural disasters, and that still remembers the devastating 2001 famine.
For us to make money or to have money, we have to work in agriculture, because then we have sustainable options, we have food. So we're trying to take lead and trying not to depend on external sources of funding. Because when we grow our trees, we sell them, we make money, or we plant them somewhere else in our country. But also, when we farm, then we have enough food for family. Then we're trying to grow out of this poverty that we're in.
The Malawian government is still trying to negotiate with the Trump administration. Meanwhile, the people living here push on, in an Africa which overnight has had to adapt to a more isolated and self-sufficient reality.